Let's talk about markup and margin. People use these terms interchangeably as if they mean the same thing, and as dollar amounts they are the same. But as percentages they're different, and that affects your business. So let's see how it works. Imagine you've estimated a project and you have all of your costs, your labor, materials, and subcontractors, all totaled up. That's everything in this blue box. When you leave the project, everything in this blue box stays on the job. Now you want to sell that job at a 50% markup. That means you're going to take half of the costs, 50%. You're going to put them on top to get the total selling price. That's a 50% markup. Now, a lot of people think that's also a 50% margin. It's not. Let's take a look, see if we can figure out why. We start with the total selling price. And when we look at it like this, we see that whereas on the markup side, which is a percentage of cost, markup is 50%. On the margin side, though, it's really only 33%. So a 50% markup is a 33% margin. That's because markup is a percentage of cost. Let's say we have $1,000 in direct costs. Our markup is $500, and we have a total selling price of $1,500. That's the same over here. But whereas this $500 is half of costs, this $500 is just a third of the total selling price. Now imagine you actually wanted to get a 50% margin. How would you have to mark up your costs to do that? Well, let's start once again with total selling price and see if we can figure it out. Here's your total selling price, and we want to sell that to earn a 50% margin. Well, we already know that half of this is going to be costs, and half of it is going to be margin. How much do we have to mark up these costs to get that 50% margin? Well, if we look at it this way, it's pretty obvious. We have to take 100% of costs, put them on top to get a selling price that gives us a 50% margin. So our 100% markup gives us a 50% margin. Again, we have $1,000 in costs. Our markup is $1,000. Our selling price is $2,000. That's the same over here. But whereas this $1,000 is 100% of cost, this $1,000 right here is only half of the total selling price. So if you want to earn a 50% margin on your next project, you've got to double your cost to get it.